Okay. Well, finally, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for joining us in this great event. I know that we have some technical problems. Well,
Can't tell who's
hello and good
talking.
afternoon once more to all of our friends who are joining us in this transmission from the comfort of their homes, live from the city of Oaxaca, Mexico, and also to our audience here in person in this wonderful afternoon from La Casa de Barro. My name is Hector Torres. This is Teresa Diaz, the owner of the Red Dot Art Gallery, who is co-organizing this event with Jaciel Quero, the principal director of the Oaxaca Learning Center. I will be moderating this program, Fundraising Through Art.
Well, in Oaxaca, we have great challenge, and the education of young people is one of the most important. 84% of the students do not finish high school because they don't receive support from their families or guidance from their schools. They
Thank
do
you.
not develop
Bye.
skills
Thank
and
you.
knowledge for personal and
Bye.
professional life, and this
Bye.
results in a situation that
Hi,
impacts
Felton.
negatively of
Bye. Bye,
society.
all.
These
Good to see you
effects
all.
can be seen
Bye,
in family
everyone.
and social disintegration,
Bye.
structural
Bye.
violence, and poverty. In the Oaxaca Learning Center, we are convinced that education is a means to promote the development of every being and community. Therefore, for more than 16 years, our educational programs in classroom and now online helps a student can complete high school and must proceed to university for professional careers, improve their academic performance, leadership formation, development of greater self-esteem and confidence, empowerment of young to improve their families and communities. Currently, 25% of annual budget is invested in the rent on an outside facility. So 1 year ago, we decided to focus our effort on remodeling and adapting the building that used to be the home of our founder, Gary Tyrus, who in an act of generosity donated it to the Oaxaca Learning Center organization. We have created and started a campaign called Juntos Construyamos Historias to raise funds to build classroom on the second floor of the building we own. This will improve our sustainability by allowing us to redirect more funds to student needs and to reach even more young youth. We will continue on in-person tutoring and mentoring while also reach out to students online. By applying technology and innovation of services to the Oaxaca youth will have greater impact. Lastly, we will also improve the Learning Center organizational development by having all of its activities under one roof. We invite you to be part of this campaign. Please visit our partners in Canada and US webpage and discover how your financial support will allow us to continue helping students transform their lives, creating more successful life stories, and realizing more dreams. Finally, I am very grateful to Teresa Diaz, owner of Red Dot Gallery, to the artists and volunteers who are participating, and mainly to you who are accompanying us in the fundraising through art. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jaciel, for your comments. Now, I'd like to give the floor to Teresa Diaz, owner of the Red Dot Art Gallery and friend of Talk. Teresa Diaz is a museologist with 27 years of experience working with museums, galleries, artists, collectors, and other nonprofit organizations. Her heart has always been in education through the arts, history, and science, and with youth and undeserved communities in the United States. Since she arrived in Oaxaca 4 years ago, she has organized yoga classes to provide greater access for everyone and to help build community. At the same time, Teresa Diaz sought out collaboration with local artists who she felt work in a uniquely creative genre. Now, she has realized her dream of opening her own gallery and serving as a resource for artists, students of arts, and beginning collectors. So let's welcome to Teresa Diaz.
Hi, everyone. I don't know which one. Okay. Thank you for being here. I am very honored that you are all connected, and I see some familiar faces, which I miss very much and I haven't seen in a long time. And some of you that left just a little while ago, thank you for joining. I really want to thank uh, Jaciel and all his staff of the Oaxaca Learning Center. They've really been an incredible support and very professional young professionals. And we have put this together, all of them, plus myself. It hasn't just been me putting this together. And I'm very grateful too for Bob Anion for giving me the opportunity to introduce me to the Oaxaca Learning Center. Since then, I've been a monthly donator, I guess a donor, and I've been following along what they've been doing. So when I opened up my gallery 2 months ago, I decided that I wanted to share the profits of my gallery with the community. And one of the most important places that I thought that would make an impact would be the Oaxaca Learning Center. My gallery, I represent 5 artists, and we had an opening 2 months ago here, and I introduced the artists to the people that came to the to the gallery opening. Um, the mission, my real mission for this gallery is also to open up the dialogue of contemporary and avant-garde and experimental art here in Oaxaca, and just sort of to broaden the spectrum of the exhibitions, not only to Oaxaca, but bring them to other cities in Mexico, as well as bringing them to the United States, to several places that I've been working with that are interested in these artists and this kind of art, and also maybe abroad to Canada and Europe. That would be my goal. The other, my purpose also for this collaboration with Tolk was to just give back to the community, of course, and also to inspire perhaps some of the students of the Oaxaca Learning Center and other students out there in Oaxaca to focus themselves on more sort of a careers related to the arts. So it can be business, it can be communication, it can be graphics, it can be all kinds of careers that they're already planning to do, but to actually focus them towards the art scene and the art business in Oaxaca, which we are totally in need for young Oaxacan people to be doing those kinds of things. Um, very good. Let's next slide, please. So the 5 artists that are working with us in the gallery is Sigrid Wiese, Samuel Rojas, Virgilio Santaella, Judith Rios, and Esteban Urbieta. Some of you already know these artists. One of them is Judith Rios, which I curated an exhibition of her work at the Arte de Oaxaca about a year and a half ago, and I gave a little tour to some of you. Remember? It was pretty fun. She did a 25 collages for a Oaxacan lottery, like a lottery, like a bingo system. So it was very fun. And so we will be having, next slide, please. Thank you. We will be having, for example, in June the 11th, the first time that the 2 artists are going to present their life and their work here in the gallery. And of course, it's going to be translated. And also, we're going to be discussing a theme. And this theme is going to be taste in art of Oaxaca. What is it? What is this taste in art of Oaxaca? What is Oaxacan art? how can you learn more about Oaxacan art? What distinguishes Oaxacan art from other arts in Mexico? And what is the history behind this Oaxacan art that you love and that you already collect? Okay, next slide. So there's a couple of works of Sigrid Wiese. This is Lago en el Cielo, Lake in the Sky. It's a beautiful oil on canvas triptych. Next slide, please. This is another one. It's also an oil paint, Coralia. She draws into abstraction and a little bit of figurative work. You can probably know who she is because she organized one of the most popular live figure art drawing classes here in Oaxaca. Next slide, please. And this is Samuel Rojas. Samuel Rojas has been living in Mexico, in Oaxaca for over 40 years, and he's a complete abstract artist. He's very well known around here, and he has a 40 plus year trajectory. Next slide, please. And this is his works on paper. He also directed the works, the House of Paper up here at San Agustin Etla that you can still go and visit. Next slide, please. For June 19th, we will be presenting the works of and the life and works of Judith Rios, who some of you already know her work and know her personally, and also Virgilio Santaella. And both of them are graduates from the Rufino Tamayo workshop. They both work in abstraction. They're known for a 40-year career selling and being in collections, museum collections, important collections here in Mexico, as well as sought out by the collectionists in Mexico and in the United States. And the theme that they're going to be talking about is what are the polemics of art in Oaxaca? So this is an example of Judith Rios' work. She does these very whimsical also collages inspired by Rodolfo Morales, who was her teacher. Next slide, please. And this is one of her abstraction. It's a mixed media on wood. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Next slide, please. This is Virgilio Santaella's work. You really need to admire his talent with oil and encaustic. He is just a master. Next slide, please. And this is a really small work, but one of my favorites. It's also oil and encaustics, and he's from Huitzo around here, Oaxaca, and he really brings in the landscape and his feelings and his sensuality about being brought up in that part of Oaxaca into his art and into his sort of an imaginary calligraphy that he uses with his repetitively in his work. Next slide, please. On June 26th, we're going to be presenting Esteban Urbieta and Roman Yaguno. And both of them are sort of in the same genre. That's why I put them together. They develop themselves quite nicely with this sort of Oaxacan surrealist, whimsical, magical realism. And they're going to be talking about the subject of who are these masters of inspiration in Oaxaca. We know that Francisco Toledo just passed away last year. Well, who else are the masters of inspiration, not only for them, but for the rest of the Oaxacan artists? So that's going to be kind of cool. And Roman Yaguno is not part of my collection. However, I added him because we do have one of his works. It's a very beautiful work of art in a special collection that I'm going to talk about right now. Next slide, please. So this is the Esteban Urbieta's experimental work. He's working with egg tempera, pigments, coffee, ink on paper. And they're beautiful. It's a beautiful series. Next slide, please. And this is a very incredible series as well of 15 works of art. It's called Chrysalis, the series, and there are mixed media on paper, handmade paper, or on canvas. And you should see the whole entire collection. And you can see all of these collections in my website, and I will let you know how to access that in a minute. Slide, please. And this is the Roman Yaguno's work that we have for sale. Okay, so the other exciting news here is that we do have 3 collectors that have donated part of their collection to this cause. We're actually donating 20% of the profits of each work of art from these 3 collections. One of the collections is Linda Hanna, a longtime collector and of Oaxaca. I think you guys will know who she is, and she's pretty famous. The other one is an anonymous collector. Okay, she just wanted to remain anonymous, and that's so sweet of her. She's also donating the profits of, I think, 10 works of art of hers. And the other one is the artist Andrew Osta, who lives in Guayapan. And he approached me and said, "How can I help with this with this project?" And I said, "Well, can you donate the profits of 5 of your works?" So they're also divine little pieces of work. And this is just 2 little examples of some works that she is sharing with us for sale, the Roman Yaguno and the Sanshiburo Takeda prints, and actually it's an ink on print. No, yes, ink on print, yes. Okay. Next, please. And this is the just 3 examples that I really liked from the anonymous collector. One of them is Heriberto Juarez, the other one is Victor Chaca, and then the other one is the famous Gunter Gerso print. Next, please. And these are just 2 little examples as well as a little of the small, not little, but small paintings on wood of Andrew Ostas, the artist Andrew Ostas. Next. Okay, so we're going to get to the details. How can you purchase art? Well, it's really easy. Just go to my website. It's all over the place. So it's red.artgallery.com.mx, MX. And, you know, you can look through the beautiful website. My friend and Joanna Palmieri has been helping me with the website and has turned out really nicely. And go into the gallery section, look at all the work by artists, and then fall in love with one work of art. And then go into the store section. And in the store section, all of the works are by lot numbers, and the lot numbers are coordinated by artists. So just find that there's not that many. So just find the work of art that you like, put it in a little cart, find the other work of art that you like as well, and put it in the little cart, and then you can purchase. Now, you can pay by PayPal, or you can also pay with your debit card or credit card. Or if you don't want to do this and you don't want to incur the 3% fees that they add to this, contact me, and then we can, you know, do a direct deposit to my American bank or through Venmo. It's fine. Or you can just contact me with any other questions about, well, what if I purchase 5 works of art? Well, maybe you'll get a deal. Okay, next. Okay, let's talk about shipping and handling, because everyone's wondering, well, that's great, but how am I going to get it here to the States or to Canada, or even to wherever you are in Mexico and Oaxaca, right? So it's very easy. We have put average prices for square centimeters of the work. It doesn't matter if it's paper or if it's canvas. And we will ship it to you within 10 to 20 days after the event is already finished. We will let you know when we're ready to ship it to you. And it's going to be insured, and it's going to, don't worry, it's going to be sent with a very reputable shipping company, no worries. And it's going to be very inexpensive. So if you have two works of art, then we will give you the shipping cost 2 for 1, of course, and et cetera, et cetera. So please do contact us before you purchase if you have any questions about that, about how we can make it more accessible for you. Okay? And well, that's it for me right now. I am very, very grateful for you to be part of this event. I'm also so grateful for all the staff of the Oaxaca Learning Center, as well as Joanna that has been helping me. You can ask any kind of questions in the chat, and we will be answering those questions here before we leave. And I would like you also to be able to go into uh, our Facebook pages, either the Talks Facebook pages or the Red Dot Art Gallery Facebook page, and our Instagram as well, if you want to check out, our what we're doing and more about the artist and the work. And now I'm going to hand you to Hector again.
Well, Teresa, thank you so much for this exciting and really useful information. Also to you, Hasiel, for this exciting and useful information. Now, as I said at the beginning, we are going to have an answer section. So this is the time that we are going to answer the questions from our audience here in La Casa de Barro, and also the questions that we have in the chat. Yeah, so let's start with the questions, okay?
Can you hear me? Shall I speak?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to say that I have been at Teresa's beautiful, amazing gallery. I was at the opening, and actually, I purchased an amazing piece by Sigrid Wiese at the gallery, and I encourage everyone to look through her shop and catalog because the artwork she has there is just incredible, and for a good cause too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can people hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm Susan Connor. I live and volunteer full time at the Murguia location. I know Hasiel and Hector thanked Teresa and thanked all of you for coming. But I have to remind us all, myself included, that we survive on donations and other kinds of support. I'm looking at Bill here, who once upon a time fixed our plumbing when it was going crazy up in the apartment. And I feel like one of the great joys of events like this, particularly after a very tough year in pandemic, is to just be able to appreciate what we all have in our wonderful Oaxaca with this wonderful learning center. So thank you all for coming.
Kisses then.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I just want to say how great it is to see everybody on the screen and what a wonderful community there is supporting the Learning Center, and how great it is that Teresa is doing this, starting this project and also supporting the Learning Center. It's just really wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yay. Thank you.
Can't hear anymore.
I guess that those are all of your comments, right? Or does anybody else wants to participate, say something? Okay. Well, finally, we want to thank from the bottom of our hearts for joining us in this great event. I know that we have some technical problems, but we hope that for the future events we don't happen. We're working on this, so well, please follow us on our Red Dot and Talk social networks and share them with your friends and family members. We already shared them with you. If you want some more information, just please send us a message so we can send them this information to you. We would also like to extend our thanks to the administration and the staff of Casa de Barro for their help and the usage of their facilities. In addition, thanks to Samuel Aragon for the excellent sound, Uriel Valentin for his support in technology, and Joanna Palmieri for Red Dot. We hope to see you in our upcoming events. You already know the dates too. And remember that juntos construimos historias. And thank you, and see you the next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Francine.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Francine.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye all.
Francine.
Good to see you all.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Alfredo.